The Washington Wizards have again mired in a disastrous losing streak, tying their franchise record with 16 consecutive losses. This comes from a disappointing 137-101 defeat to the Dallas Mavericks on Thursday night. This is an all-too-familiar pattern for the Wizards, as their last win came on October 30th, when they defeated the Atlanta Hawks 133-120. Since that victory, the team has been in freefall, with their latest stretch of losses raising concerns about the franchise's future. The Wizards' struggles are becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. Of their 16 consecutive losses, only 2 have been decided by fewer than 10 points, meaning the team has been soundly beaten in most of these games. This level of futility has led fans, analysts, and the basketball world to wonder if the Wizards will make NBA history by extending their streak even further. Looking ahead, the Wizards face the possibility of setting a new franchise record for consecutive losses when they host the Denver Nuggets on Saturday, December 7th. The game is scheduled to tip off at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and it promises to be a must-watch for anyone following the Wizards' struggles. If the losing streak reaches 17, the Wizards will officially set a new record for the longest losing streak in franchise history. But how does this streak stack up against the NBA's record? The record for consecutive losses is 28, a mark shared by the 2023-24 Detroit Pistons and the 2014-16 Philadelphia 76ers. The Pistons' streak was accomplished in a single season, while the Sixers' streak spanned 2 seasons, which some argue makes Detroit's record the most legitimate. Regardless, 28 losses is the benchmark the Wizards are now chasing, and they are certainly not far from making history. Losing streaks of this magnitude are rare in the NBA, but they have happened before. A 20-game losing streak has occurred only 14 times in league history, and half of those streaks have occurred since 2010. The Wizards are far from that level of prolonged misery, but their 16 consecutive losses have put them in a select group of teams struggling to stay competitive. The Wizards' offensive output has not been the issue in recent games. In their last win against the Hawks, they shot an impressive 52.8% from the field and 42.1% from three-point range, a performance that saw Jordan Poole, Bilal Coulibaly, and Jonas Valanciunas combine for 73 points. They also had 4 other players score in double figures in that game, showing that they can compete when the team is clicking offensively. However, despite these solid performances, the Wizards have been unable to sustain success, and their defense has often been porous, leading to a lack of overall team cohesion. The loss to the Mavericks was another blow to a franchise already reeling from a difficult start to the season. With the Wizards sitting at the bottom of the NBA standings, their playoff hopes are all but extinguished, and the focus has shifted to whether they can even stop the bleeding. The team will need to find answers quickly to avoid further embarrassment. With the Nuggets coming to town next, the Wizards will have their work cut out for them if they want to avoid making unwanted history. The Wizards' next game could be a pivotal moment in their season. Fans and players alike will be watching closely to see if the team can break their losing streak or if they'll set a new, unfortunate franchise record. For the sake of morale, the Wizards will need to regroup and refocus to avoid further sinking into irrelevance. Time will tell if they can turn things around or if this season will continue to spiral out of control.